Okay, so there's been tons of confusion and speculation about the new alleged UFO whistleblower, Jason Sands.
Ted, you know Grush?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, I'm in the intel community too. I've worked with him during the UAP task force.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, we still talk to each other.
Or you know, reading Rainbow. Hey.
That's why I tried to get in so much.
Recently, a new whistleblower has emerged claiming to have insider secrets about UFOs held by the government. Insider first-hand knowledge of blue-skin humanoids, literally being in touch and distance of these beings, craft, knowledge of the UAP, what they are, what they represent, and having worked with David Grush, and on or with the UAP task force. So who is Jason Sands and what claims has he made? Jason was first outed by James Fox, sharing a now deleted picture of his soon-to-be-released documentary where a photo of James was sat next to a movie clapboard with the name Jason Sands written on it. Jason took some criticism coming out on Twitter Spaces making these bold claims. Initially, he went by the name of Ted, however, since goes by his real name of Jason Sands. Jason shared his military discharge papers to prove his credentials. So what's Jason actually said? Well, he said a lot.
There's a lot of drones being flown around because of the danger of a crash. There seems to be directed energy weapons that affect the UAP. So I think if you were a smart NHI, you wouldn't have people on board anymore, just because you wouldn't want to endanger your own people. Just like we wouldn't want our own air crews to endanger themselves. So the orbs, I would say, they serve a multitude of different missions. There are some that are research.
I can't go through every single bit because he did it in a 6-hour Twitter Spaces, which is available on YouTube. I'll put a link to it on the screen, and you can also screenshot this points of reference timestamps. In summary, he seems to know everything, that these are non-human, that they visit for research, as well as for some sort of tourism. Since Jason came out, what has James Fox actually said about Jason? As part of my due diligence, I can state that he, Jason Sands, is who he says he is. He has served in the military and is willing to testify under oath and even take a polygraph test regarding his claims. However, not everyone is convinced. Critics argue that his credentials don't seem to add up, and they've had the opportunity to interview him or represent him, and they've chosen not to. Here's Jesse Michaels on the Big Thing podcast, and then Danny Sheehan on Vetted.
Are you following this guy, and what do you make of him?
I am following him. I met him once.
Okay.
So maybe the sort of revealed preference tell is that I didn't do a show with him.
Okay.
But I don't also actively distrust the guy. It's not like I don't want to knock him. But
you're like the rest of us. Something you want to see what's going on.
I want to
first.
see what's going on first, and definitely kind of a weird initial PR move to do Twitter Spaces. If you're like the first guy that like dealt with the material firsthand, so I don't know what your goal is there. But look, he seemed when I met him like pretty earnest and actually a little almost traumatized or something.
Yeah.
Like
interesting.
He had gone through like a lot.
Okay.
But I just don't know exactly what to make of him.
Jason Sands, this whistleblower that's come out. What do you know about him?
Well, all I know is that he had reached out to us to ask us whether we would be willing to represent him legally. We did some background checking on him, et cetera, and we have said no. That we have about 18 lawyers that are working with us at the New Paradigm Institute. They're being trained in detail on how to represent potential whistleblowers at all levels, and we did our research on this, and we've said no.
And then there was the website. Shortly after Sands came forward, a website popped up for a debate, allegedly created by Sands claiming to run a successful law firm but using stock images of lawyers that didn't exist or were harvested from Google and pictures of Sands in a bathroom. Weird that you would use a photo of you in a bathroom for a law firm's website. However, Sands denied owning the website, and the registration details suggest that someone called Curtis Parker created the website, or purchased the domain at least on the 8th of April 2024. Why would someone try to smear Sands in such an obvious and traceable way? Even Dr. Eric Davis waded in on a post on Facebook. Sands turned out to be either a liar or a believer of his own BS. He was never vetted and his story keeps changing. People I collaborate with have met him and realised that his claims don't hold water. The only thing that they felt was certain from meeting Sands is that he likely did work for the US Air Force bases. The only official statement made by Jason Sands is the following. Without concrete proof, these claims are nothing more than sensationalism, and we'll have to wait for more information, hopefully in James Fox's new documentary. So for now, I'll leave you to make up your own minds. That's it. What do you think? Have I missed anything? If so, let me know in the comments and let's hash it out. Take care, guys. Thank you.
Well, I don't find them either not credible or credible because we have no basis. Understand some of these claims are things that are beyond sort of the realm of what any of us has ever dealt with. What I think we owe them is just a mature, understand, listening and trying to put all these pieces together and just sort of intake the information without any prejudgment or jumping to any conclusions in one direction or another. I will say I find most of these people at some point, or maybe even currently, have held very high clearances and high positions within our government. So you do ask yourself, like, what incentive would so many people with that kind of qualification, these are serious people, have to come forward and make something up?